Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie with Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is Wednesday night, so me and Miss Ebby Reviews are back. We have a standing show that we aren't going to quit, The Last of Us, and we are here to talk about it. And I think we both just see red. That's all I see after the end of watching The Last of Us. We both just see red, but we're going to try to get through this. And then after we finish talking about The Last of Us, we have a new segment called The Space in Between the Washer and the Dryer, where we just named us cutting up at the end of the live. We just gave it a name. So that is it. Look, I really am enjoying The Last of Us. I stated to Evie privately that I enjoy a show that isn't scared to let go of a main character to move the story along and to give me the dramatics. I just wasn't ready for them to do it in episode 2. That's it.
As someone who was spoiled about this happening last year, I knew this was coming. I'm not in episode 2, but I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was coming. It is what it is. All I have to say, Abby, a pox on your house.
A pox.
I hope an infected come and eat your face.
Look,
that's how I feel about it. I didn't care about your daddy in season 1. I don't care about your daddy in season 2. Don't care. If you thought that you said to him, he was my dad and I was 19, that was gonna make me care about you killing my favorite person? Absolutely not, daughter. And you lucky I wasn't there because I'd have shot you.
Ellie will have too. Look, I titled this video, "Whatever Ellie has to do from episode 3 on, I'm with it." Mm-hmm. I don't care who is in her way. Get out of her way.
Right. Get your fight game up, daughter. Get your knife skills up. Mm-hmm. Get your hunting skills up. Go get them.
I'm with it.
I don't care how
long it takes 2-3 seasons. I'm with it, and I want to see it. And you better not cancel this show until we see it.
Oh no! Well, there's only 2 parts to this game. Part 1 and part 2. Part 2 is broken up into 2 seasons, so it'll be 7 episodes this season, 7 episodes next season, and then it's done. That's how that works.
Now that didn't piss me off too. I ain't never played the game, so I don't know nothing about it. I'm just enjoying the series. Okay, and I guess
like what you want to do. Ain't no more story left. What you want them to do?
Do like they did.
Be like The Walking Dead and just be making shit up and pissing people off.
Writing some story.
Absolutely not. The story is already written. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, let's start off the episode. The episode open up. It's time for them to go on they routes, whatever they call it, scopes.
They
patrols, whatever it's called. And it's Ellie says, "I'm riding out with Joel today." And old boy was like, "I thought y'all had beef." She was like, "Look, it's me and Joel, and it's Joel and me. Don't worry about us being angry or nothing like that. Our relationship is our relationship, and I'm riding out with Joel." And he said, "Well, Joel already went out with old girl who I don't trust. So it's me and you." That's the beginning, the setup of the episode.
You still don't trust the little girl, even though they ain't do nothing wrong and almost got fooling around with Joel?
It take time for me. I need a little bit more time, maybe by episode 3 or 4.
She could be dead by then.
Well,
you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not.
I don't think she'll be dead. And I think I'm going to end up liking her based on the preview for the next episode. But they go out there and it's a real bad snowstorm coming. They set up for us to get to this Game of Thrones battle at the end, that the patrol the day before, I guess stepped on a frozen infected, and then 3 of them came up. So they was like, it could be thousands of them buried underneath the snow. We don't know.
I really need you to get the numbers up. They said they stepped on them in 30. 30 of them
Okay, it was a
popped up
couple of
out of nowhere.
it wasn't 1,000. I got things to say when we get to the I have things to say.
Oh,
So
God.
let's fast forward and get there. So that's the setup. They're preparing because it could be thousands of infected under the snow, and there was, and we'll get there. But there's a snowstorm coming. They're out of patrolling. They're chit-chatting. They ain't talking about nothing too much. And it's time to take shelter because no one can get back to the camp with the snowstorm. Ellie and old boy found the weed spot, and I would have sat up there and had me a good time in the snowstorm. And Joe and Dina, we found out later, is in some kind of barn. Now, over with the ex-Fireflies, they're up in the lodge, and they can see it's Abby's turn to watch, be the lookout. And she sees horses, but she can't see who on the horses. But ma'am, you don't know what Joe looked like anyway, so why it matter who on the horse or not? But anyway, she take her ass down to the bottom and wakes up all the damn infected because she can't manage her route, manage her position.
Okay.
And for that reason alone, the zombies would have ate her ass. Me, Joel, if I was Dina, I would have said, Joel, bring your ass. She the one who woke him up. Let her get ate up and let us get back to camp and fight in the battle. But that's not where the story took us. But let's pause it right there. You got any thoughts on her waking up all the zombies?
Yeah, she's a dummy, bitch. I don't know what you want me to.
And you saw them zombies frozen down there, and you still looking.
And you still, like, your infinite wisdom couldn't see past your own self-preservation, but you had to take your little raggedy behind down there to fool with stuff. Okay, this is how y'all don't make it to the end of the horror movies. This right here. This is why y'all get. This is how Jason gets you. This is how Freddy gets you every single time.
Every single time.
You want to go investigate some stuff. Okay.
And not keep your position
at all.
But anyway, she's out on a zombie chase, and it was a really good scene where them zombies was pressed up against the fence, and they was getting ready to bite and snatch her ass. I said, "Ooh." I was kind of waiting for them to get her. I said, somebody got to get bit. But here come Joe. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. I'm like, Joe, please.
Okay, I've been meaning to ask you the last couple of weeks. Why are we in these little tiny boxes? Like we little? What's happening?
I know.
I feel claustrophobic. Why are we in these little tiny boxes? You like the little tiny boxes? Because if you like them, it's fine. But I just feel claustrophobic, and I just don't understand why we in these little tiny boxes.
Okay, that's better. Because when I'm on the live by myself, it's not that tiny. So I guess it just more people. Okay.
I was like, listen, my hair is big today. I need
you need it to be seen.
My hair is like out here. I need a big box.
I get it. It was no rhyme or reason for that. It's just
I thought it was a specific reason that you had the little tiny boxes. I was just to make sure. Okay. Thank you. I feel better. I feel less claustrophobic now because I felt like I was like this. And I felt like the infected had me squished up in the corner.
Like he was up in that fence, up against the fence.
Listen, when they show his hand, they was pushing, and his hand went through the fence, went through his hand, and I was like, "Oh,
disgusting."
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I was waiting for her to get ate up. I was, because I'm like, oh, then we can go back to camp, but I guess we got a video game to well, let me put this on Do Not Disturb before people start calling and texting, because we did just have a meeting. You know how you have to have the after meeting after the meeting.
After the meeting,
yes, we'll do that after the live, but no.
Well, I'm just happy nobody got on your nerves when you had to cuss them today.
No cursing today. No.
Amen. Listen, the Lord is working. And we
Not at
appreciate
work
you.
and not after work. So it was a good day.
We love that. We love that. I did very minimal work today because the most of my day was taken up by this work event, and they had us go-karting.
I would have loved to go karting.
It was great until I got hit from the back. And then I got hit again from the back. From people coming around the corners. Then they gave me a sign that says move over.
Because you was going too slow. Get out
Remember?
the fast lane.
Not you ain't give a sign to stop hitting people. Slow the fuck down because you hitting people in the back. You told me to move over. Even though I was already in the corner and coming around the corner and they hit me from the back. It's my fault?
Sofa Dog, I wanted to say that, but I knew where Abby was going.
Like, I didn't, what? We not doing that. That's normally it is normally a good thing, but today, not so much. Not with my coworkers.
Not in a go-kart, I guess. But you drinking that cherry Pepsi, and you said it was nasty.
Thirsty. That's why.
And I love a good cherry Pepsi.
I hate cherry Pepsi, and why is even a thing I don't understand. But I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna drink it.
Go to what's it called? The Walgreens, and find me one.
They got me at 7-Eleven. They gave me a regular Pepsi and a cherry Pepsi when I asked for 2 regular Pepsis. What is happening? Why is this the thing? And then let me tell you how I had to reward myself today.
With a pizza? Oh, they too sweet for me.
And they when they brought them, they were still warm. My God, on today. They just made these. The sign was on when they went. I didn't know that at the time. I just said I just need this because I haven't had Krispy Kreme in like a year. I needed this.
I can do Dunkin'. I can't do Crisp. They are way too
Dunkin' don't. I can do like the chocolate frosted donut from Dunkin' and maybe the iced chocolate donut cake one and the blueberry iced one. Anything other than that, I'm not from Dunkin'. I'm not doing it. I don't like their donuts. They're not good. But their breakfast sandwich, that sausage, egg, and cheese croissant from Dunkin', I could eat that every morning. And when I was going into my job and there was a Dunkin' next door, and I did. Can I get a large mango, pineapple, lemonade refresher, and a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant? Thank you. Thank you very much. That's my go-to breakfast from the Dunkins. Because I'm not a coffee girl at all. But that mango pineapple situation that they got over there.
Oh, I love me a good coffee. Oh, if I don't have coffee, don't even talk to me in the morning.
That's how I feel about Red Bull. Because I am not a morning person. Why are you talking? It is literally 8 a.m. Why are you talking to
me? It's too much. I'm going to say good morning and then leave me alone till I have my coffee.
Please don't talk to me about anything. I don't care what you're saying.
I don't care. I'm not about to research it. I need my coffee.
Absolutely not.
Get to it.
Listen, my supervisor was so happy.
Abby, we talking about we ain't even got to the washer and dryer.
See, this is our problem. We act like we on the phone. Okay, what happened? So
was getting ready to get bit up at the fence.
The dingbat almost got herself ate up, and Joel saved her little raggedy life for some odd reason.
He just did not know.
Right, and she was like, but Dina wasn't with it because she was like, "Where the hell you come from?"
Right.
I'm Pam. I'm the owner of this house.
No, when Dina said, she was like, "Come on, Joel," and old girl was like, "Joel."
Right. She immediately perked up. Oh, and that's when she plotted her way to get them back up to that mountain, to that house in the mountains. So Joel and Dina,
they had no discernment. Abby, something in their spirit should have said, "Forget that mountain. Let's go to camp."
That's what Dina was saying. Dina was saying, "We need to get back." And she was like, with the storm. He was like, with the storm, we're not going to make it. She's like, my group is up at the top of the mountain. If the zombies is in the valley, maybe we can get up to the mountain where there's no zombies, and then we can regroup and then get back down to the town.
Them zombies was on their ass.
It was. So he was like, he's like, get on this horse and let's go. So she get on his horse and they go galloping out, and the dead is on their ass like white on rice. until Mr. Joe Bob down to the Jackson Hole is trying to clean them pipes out. He done busted up that clay pipe. He moved them branches, and the cordyceps was like, "Uh-oh, wait a minute.
It's people over here.
Dead people over there."
I didn't put that together.
Everybody
was town and said, "Oh, we going to town. Forget these."
They said recalculating route. The meats is over here. There are plenty people over here. Good feast. Let's go. So they all made a beeline away from. They was like, y'all just 3 people. There are thousands of people over here. We're gonna go over there. We'll catch up with you later after we eat all these people over here. So they take a hard left and start heading to Jackson Hole. And so Joel and them stop for a second once they realize they've outrun the infected people. And he was like, "Oh my God, they're heading for the town. I gotta go." Yeah, he was gonna put her on the horse with Dina and be like, "Y'all go up to the mountain and I'm gonna go back to the town." And she was like, "We're gonna make it." And Joel, being the real nigga that he is like, "If I don't make it, I just don't make it. Listen for me." And then baby girl's like, "My friends are right here." Oh, calm down, bitch.
Some should have said, but what are y'all doing out here? Like, why nothing registered in their brain? Like, okay, but why are you all here? Who are you? Why are you here? Why didn't you have all this ammo?
People be roaming trying to get away from the infected. So if you have your little insulated group and y'all trying to find, somewhere that's not full of infected people, you might be just randomly wandering across the country trying to find a pocket where ain't no zombie people at. So it makes sense to me. It makes sense. That's how it is in this time. That's how it go. So they get to the cabin and she like, oh, and they trying to warm her up. And she was like to throw them off the scent that they about to do some crazy shit. She's like, help them too. So they get Dina's glove off. She got frostbite. She looked like Muhammad Ali with the Lou Gehrig's disease, and her hand is shaking like crazy. Oh, sorry, y'all. Was it Lou or was it Parkinson's? He had Parkinson's. Michael J. Fox got the Parkinson's. So it's a neurological disease that caused them to have the shakes. And so her hand was shaking like that. And they was like, "Oh, we just need to get you warmed up slowly and we can take care of you and blah, 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 blue, 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 blue." Hey, Paul. And then she was like, oh, she started introducing herself. And this is how she's sick. She throw up the bat signal without them know. She's like, "I'm Abby. This is Paul and Mina and Blase Bloom and Bluty Blue. This is Dina. And this is Joel." Everybody hit.
And they all were like, "Ooh,
wait a minute." And now Joel, let me tell you how badass Joel is. Joel ain't thinking about these fools. He is screaming into the thing, talking about, "Tommy, pick up the mic. Tommy, pick up the mic." This is how you know they brothers. Because when they couldn't find them at first, when they was telling people come back in, he's like, keep calling Joel's name every 5 seconds. And she was like, "Coppermine, pick up." And he was like, "Bitch, Joel, pick up."
Like, forget these code words.
Right. And Joel did the exact same thing. When it was emergency time, ain't no time for no swift words, no cute stuff. "Tommy, where you at? Pick up the phone. Is everything okay?"
Tommy, right, because he saw all the zombies.
Tommy, are you okay?
He knew shit wasn't okay. He saw them zombies going to town.
So, and you can see the smoke coming up. So,
yep. Let's talk about the town first, then we're going to get to the end.
Right. Hey, Lemon Kush Pepper. So, meanwhile in the town, the zombies that made a beeline to the town, and the poor little man is with his goggles. He got the goggles on his eyes like this. He like, okay, is that what I think it is?
Right. He's like, wait a minute.
He said, "Ring the bell." Ring the goddamn bell. This is not a drill. Ring the bell. Shout out to them having a preparedness plan for if this should happen. And we got to see Tommy give out, what are you supposed to do when the bell go off? Young and old people, go down to the basement. Everybody else grab a pistola hit the roofs. It's go time. And that's exactly what happened. They done tried to reassure where the gate opens at. They shored that up. They put some trucks in a tractor, and so
Mm-hmm.
that they could like bar up the door so they couldn't tear down where the
The gate.
actual opening of the gate was.
Yeah.
They wasn't aware that King Kong was gonna come around the corner and break a hole in the other side. But
They know they had giants.
hindsight is 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, okay, we finna hard home this in this piece. Jackson Hole to the end. Jackson Hole. And so then here come the here come the infected. As mindless as the infected are, because they are just running and slamming into the damn thing. Like there's no breaks, there's no ooh, this might hurt, no nothing. They just slam it into the things.
But it
So
was
they
smart.
pushed out they got these little slide things where they slide down bottles of gasoline.
Gasoline.
So I was like, they're gonna set because your gate is made of
I
wood.
thought the same thing. I said the fence about to burn up.
But they when they flipped it off of the thing, it was far away enough that they could create a line of fire. So they would have to go through the fire in order to get to the gate. But they was burning them bad boys up. Just everybody burnt up.
And they
Shot,
started
pow,
lighting
pow,
them
pow,
buildings too. Or the pow pows, yes.
all the things until Tommy recognizes, oh, they got a bloater out there. That's what the big ones are called. They're called bloaters. They said, oh, they got a bloater. They're going to breach the wall. So he comes down off of the road and he was like, y'all get ready because they're going to breach the wall. They're going to breach the wall. He gets a flamethrower. They put it on his back and him and the 4 desperados is finna hold it at the gate. Hold on, we ain't got there yet. So before they breach the gate, the gate got 2 good hits before the bloater even came through the door. The 2 of the 4 desperados said, listen, I know I said I would do this, but I talked to the Lord and he doesn't want this. I'm headed on back to the house. That's what I'm going to do. Because clearly this is not what is in God's plan for my life.
Them damn flamethrowers wasn't doing nothing, no way.
They took off running. So it's just Tommy and the one little boy. Now that one little boy looked like he was about to pee his pants. He was shaking literally in his boots. And for good reason, because as soon as them zombies breached that gate, he was the first one to go down. They took him down. Wow.
Because them flamethrowers wouldn't do nothing. They would have done better at keeping their pow-pows.
Listen. So they trying to kill all the zombies that are trying to overrun the town from the roofs. They breaking into the buildings. They getting up the stairs. They getting to the roof. The wife is popping people like candy mints. Pop, pop. And so the bloater comes in and I don't know if he can sense her killing all the other cordyceps peoples from the roof, but he look at her and he zero in on her. And her husband, who was standing there, Tommy, with his pistola and his flamethrower, said, not my wife, not my black wife, not on today. Not and so here he come, pop, 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 and he popping at the bloater, and the bloater said, oh, you want to play? Oh, you want some? Hit people with garbage can lids, huh? And so
that's exactly what he said.
After Tommy. Tommy runs and forgets that they have blocked off that one section to try and bottleneck the people, so he get caught and end where there's no way out. So he sits there and he stands in his get hard with his flamethrower and wait for the bloater to come around the corner. And just like a video game, he hit that man 2-3 times until he ran out of gas and he thought he was a goner. And finally the fire toasted him and he fell out. He ran out of the
that was good. Because I thought Tony was gonna be a goner.
I did too. I was praying. I said, oh God.
Now, based on the TikToks, the people who have played the game, they said they switched the story where Tommy was supposed to be
with Joel. Yes,
it was supposed to be somebody else with, I guess, the bloater thing.
The whole thing in Jackson, that whole fight where the zombies overrun the town, that doesn't happen in the game. They just made that for the TV show.
Oh, okay.
That actually didn't happen, which is why Tommy and Joel were together on a patrol when they ran into punk ass Chauncey and her merry band of dummies.
I really enjoyed the fighting scene. It gave me everything I've been missing because I've needed a House of Dragons fix. And so it gave me it just because I love those period pieces, the fighting with the castles and the walls. So I really enjoyed that fighting scene. The saddest part was the end where the people who was like, I'm bit, take me out. I was
Right.
like,
That's the part that got me. Cause he handed that man his pistol, and you could see the bite mark on his arm. And then they walked away, and then 30 seconds like pow. I was like, oh no.
but they had to.
Yeah, they ain't had listen. They had no
How many
choice.
people you think survived? Because we didn't see that many survivors. I guess all the women
All
and
the young and old people survived in the basements.
okay.
The babies, because that's what got me when they was going down in the basements and the babies were crying. I said, oh my God, there's babies. But they've had 5 years of peace. So, you know, life is going to life and people are going to have babies and everything. You see Joel's Tommy's son is now a 5-year-old little black
Right.
boy.
And she was pregnant with him back in
season
one.
1 and before the time jump. So Jackson, thanks to Tommy and Maria, Jackson will be able to rebuild. They survived this attack. All of these things. Now we get back to the House of Horrors. And once this heifer said, this is Joel, they put a gun to Po Dina's head and they put her to sleep. They said, listen, this is gonna make you sleep for an hour, daughter. Just relax all your muscles. And
no, my mind went somewhere else.
So Joel is over there like, if you're gonna rob us, just go and take the shit and go. You know, you ain't got to do all of this. And then she was like, do we look like robbers to you? He was like, no. She's like, you look like military. She was like, okay. He's like, if you tell the truth, I won't hurt her. Now, her merry band of idiots is like, what the fuck are you talking about, girl? We not here to kill nobody. We just here to get this nigga. We are not here.
We said we was only going to do one person.
One. We looking for that one nigga. That is it. That's all. We not murderers. We just trying to right what we think is a wrong. Just this one nigga. What you mean you gonna smash her head in hole? What you mean?
I didn't understand all the self-righteousness. Y'all came out for a murder for hire mission. Why we so just one person, Abby? Just
because one person is the person who caused all the carnage and all the graves that was at the beginning of the first episode when they were standing outside all the graves. Maybe they had some relatives in there that got to. So maybe that's why they decided to follow her to try and get I'm going to get you stuck a revenge on him.
Ellie, I don't give a damn how many people you got to take out to get to Abby and whoever else on that list of names Dina has. We not doing this. Oh, we only going that. No, whatever you got to do, Ellie, is all right with me.
We gonna get there. So she says, how? When was the last time you saw the fireflies? And he said at Salt Lake. She's like, well, at least you told the truth. He was like, whatever, bitch. And so she was like, she was like, you killed 18 people plus a doctor. The doctor was my daddy. He was like, okay. And so she shot him in the leg and made him put a tourniquet on it. And she wanted to go through this little villa. I need $1 million type of monologue about. I was like,
it was too much.
What was the name of the little boy who wanted to be Incredible Kid? That's what his name was. He wanted to be Mr. Incredible sidekick, Incredible Kid.
Oh,
and he sent him home. That's the vibes it was giving. So you gonna do all this monologue because I listen. He's like, if you don't shut the fuck up and do what you gonna
do what you gotta do.
Who cares about this whole monologue that you got go? Nobody cares, girl.
He's trying to praise the Lord to get in the gates. Go ahead and do what you gotta do.
I just would like to say there's nothing that she has said and or did in these 2 episodes that's gonna make me care about the fact that she killed my friend. Die, pig, die. You will never take Major Winifred Benson Payne alive. I synced what you did to my friend. Bow bow.
Like I don't. Episode 2. Like we didn't get this. I feel like they could have milked this a little bit more. It was just too soon for me.
There's going to be a lot of flashbacks. We love Joel. He's gone. Rest in peace, my nigga. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't know where
Where this
the road
road,
is going to
but
lead.
Ellie gonna find your
She
ass.
gone. But Ellie is all your ass. You better run.
And you only got 10 more episodes.
You are stupid. So Ellie comes in the door, and she was like, once I think she
They
playing in her
start beating
mind.
him with that golf club first.
Well, yeah, she started beating him with the golf clubs and stuff because she's a punk ass bitch. She could have just shot him and been done with. She was like, and the lady said you didn't even look at him when you shot him. Yeah, because he wasn't important.
He came in
Wow, what
like,
you mean?
get off Ellie, I'm rescue.
He said he could have told her I came into the room and he had my 14-year-old daughter on the table about to cut into her brain on what he thought might be a cure. He had no real nothing to give him that idea. He's going off the strength of an idea of what might work.
Mm-hmm.
So I popped his, when I tried to get my daughter, he tried to stop me, so I popped his ass. I don't know what you want me to do, Hef.
Right.
Talk about his brains was on the floor. Well, niggas die every day, B. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you want me to do and or say. I don't know what you want me to do and or say.
That was it.
So she's beating him, and so Ellie rides up on her horse and she enters the room. I believe when she saw Joel, any plan of what she was gonna do flew right out of her head, and she just rushed in to get to her daddy. She ended up stabbing the little Manny boy who used a punk ass bitch. Why are you kicking a little? Like, what's happening?
I did not like.
I hope she shoots you too.
Oh, all of them. Dina said she got a list. She had all their names, so all of them is gonna get revenge.
Get got, please.
Mm-hmm.
So they holding her down on the floor after that boy then kicked her. And she was like, Joel, get up. Joel, please. Joel, get up, get up, get up. Joel, get up, Joel. Yep. And that immediately flashed me back to when last episode when she got kidnapped by them crazy Christian people. They weren't Christian. I don't know what they was, but them crazy cult people. And he was sick. And she was like, Joel, you got to get up. You cannot go back to sleep. There are people coming down here and they're going to try and kill you. So you have got to get up. And he got up and did the thing. So when she was saying, Joel, get up, and you saw him try to get up, child, that's what took me. That's what broke my little heart. When he tried to get up, he tried so hard. He could get he only got his head like this much up off the floor. But he heard his baby say, get up. And he tried to get up, child. And so this stupid broad and all of her infinite wisdom, after the boy was like, because the whole team she was with, everybody was distraught. They was like, this bitch has lost her mind.
Right, because we think we just gonna kill Joel and be out. But she said she was gonna kill him slow. So I don't know what they thought.
I don't know. But the little doctor girl was in the corner weeping, distraught. And then she stabs Joel in the neck with the golf club and kills him. And he gone. And then they run on out the door. If they was real niggas, they'd have killed both Dina and Ellie. They wouldn't have left no witnesses. They'd have just been dead out.
Right.
People be making bad decisions in the show, and I don't understand. Like, if you really about that, and you know, if you can see clearly that she has a relationship with this man to where she's devastated that you just killed him, why would you leave her alive?
Right. She's showing death, and she yells, bitch, I'm gonna kill you.
She did. She said, let
And
it be known on this day, February 24th.
you think you
I'm
the
going to
only
get
one
you.
that
She's
can
like,
wait
I don't
5
care if
years
it
to
takes
track
the rest of
somebody
my life.
down?
I'm going to get you.
Right. You think you the only one that could track some people down and can wait and have enough patience. Girl, Ellie said with her whole heart, bitch,
I'm
I'm gonna
going
kill
to get
you.
you. I'm going to get you.
Them should have been Ellie's last words.
Listen.
Now
Listen.
Dina probably ain't gonna do nothing, but Ellie is gonna be on your ass. And Tommy. And what you looking up at?
No, I'm looking at in the corner at Soulful Dog's comments because I got a mirror right here, and so it's half.
Right, because Soulful Dog, I don't know nothing about the game. I'm just enjoying the show, so I don't know what Joel did to not have any
The
sense.
same thing he did in this show, he did in the game. So I don't know what Soulful Dog's issue is with Joel. Listen, we never said that
Maybe
it
we
was
talking
right.
about The Last of Us.
But as mothers, we understand. We understand. I understand completely what he did in that hospital. And if you ask me, he ain't do enough. I'd have burnt that bitch down to the ground. It wouldn't have been nothing left but some ashes. Maybe they didn't see Ellie as much of a threat. That's why they left her alone. I don't know why they didn't, because that girl said that from the whole of
From
her
her
soul.
chest. She
She
said,
said it
bitch,
with her whole chest.
I'm going to kill you. I don't know the day, the second, or the hour, but you will be dead by me.
Because it'd have been like, you going to wake up one day and I'm going to be standing over you. I'm going to be the last thing you see before you leave out of here on this. As sure as my name is Ellie, oh yeah, you going to see me about my daddy.
And they talk about, well, only one person, just one person. And
Yeah,
y'all fool around, let her kill that one person, and Ellie about to come back and kill all of y'all. Because
I created a monster. In
right.
that 1 second, and you putting that golf club in that man back of that man's neck, you created a monster because Ellie got that dog in her. I don't care what y'all say. Ellie got that dog in her.
Mm-hmm. She already told, oh boy, don't hold the punches. Like, she about to give. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. And then in the last 3 seconds of the episode, here come old boy galloping up on his damn horse.
Jesse. Because he had to come, he sent her the short way, and he went the long way around because they were supposed to meet in the middle because they was looking for Joel and Dina. So yeah, he got there right after everything popped off.
And they dragging
and then they had to drag that man's body. Where's his horse, ho? Where is
I
his
said
horse?
the same thing because y'all have 4 horses. Why are we down to 2? We just leaving the horses in the snow.
I don't know. They could have put, even if they had to leave one horse behind, because Ellie couldn't ride her horse and Dina was half awake, they could have got the third horse and put Joel's body across the third horse and got him home.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll go back out and get it. I don't know.
And then the girl singing the song at the end is the voice actor for Ellie in the game, is also the same actress that played Ellie's mama in the last episode of the first season.
Abby, you know I don't remember who was playing Ellie mama on the last episode.
But you know, she was, when it started, she was running in the woods and she went into the house and the infected was chasing her. And when she got bit fighting and killing off the infected, and she ended up giving birth while she was fighting the infected. And then Marlena found her in the house with the knife to her neck, talk about come get the baby and then come unalive me because I don't want to turn. Mm-hmm. Take my baby. Get my children out of here.
We ain't got no bottles like T.S. Madison.
We don't. Get my children out of here. But yeah, this
is good.
It was really good. It was really a lot. I can't wait until Sunday. God, I'm gonna miss it on Sunday.
I'm gonna be here. So, are you going to ATM?
Yeah.
You got to Wednesday to watch it.
Oh no, I'm gonna watch it on Monday when I get home from Atlanta. As soon as I get home. As soon as I get home.
Yes,
I did Soulful Dog. I
I
enjoyed it a whole
enjoyed it.
lot. As a parent, um, Joel ain't never gonna be wrong for me. I'm sorry. And especially as a parent who has already lost a child, and you want me to lose another one. I barely survived losing the first one, and you think I'm gonna give up my other one? Oh, you done lost your monkey. I'll burn this whole world down first. I'll burn it down with no regrets.
I understand what Joel did, so I'm not mad at Joel either.
Not at all.
And he's such a lovable character. You just
It is. Because he was so hurt and so broken by his daughter's passing when the outbreak happened.
yeah.
And for him to tell Ellie when she was like, I guess time heals all wounds, he said it wasn't time that did it. It was her. Listen, I'm not finna get teary eyed
Don't get
over
me
this
to
right
cry.
now.
Right.
Because my God, he said it wasn't time that did it. Please, sir.
Yeah, we can't wait to see how this season gonna shake up.
We gonna
But
see. I hope
I'm ready.
they need to rename The Last of Us to I'm Gonna Get You, Abby, if it's the last thing I do. That's the new name of the show.
And
I'm
that's
gonna
it.
get you, bitch.
I don't care how many episodes left. The rest of the season is called
Child, I'm
Abby.
not going to watch the Fantastic Four, the other show movie that came out. What's it called? The Thunderbolts and all that other bullshit. I'm not gonna watch that
I don't know
until it comes to Disney Plus. So y'all can miss me with that. Because first of all, why is that? Why are we doing the Fantastic Four again?
Oh,
We already know the Fantastic Four ain't nothing against the Scarlet Witch. She turned Mr. Fantastic into spaghetti and killed that man.
I don't know none of these people.
You got to be deep into the Marvel Cinematic Universe to understand what, because that happened on a TV show. No, it didn't. It happened in the movie. It happened in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where the Scarlet Witch was the. Please, if you think, did you not see her kill all them people? Why she can't handle Sue Storm? Please, let's be realistic. She's the Scarlet Witch. That's not how that works.
None of this stuff.
I want to see a better trailer than the one they showed a couple weeks ago when I was at the movies. Oh, I don't know. So I'm going to go see Sinners. Hopefully Friday night.
Marvel trailers and the Sinners.
I want to see the movie. I want to go see the movie. My honey said he's going to try and come down here so we can watch it together. And even if he can't, I'm going to buy me a 40X ticket for myself. Get me some snacks. Get me a drink the size of 3 of my bladders and some almond M&Ms, and I'm going to watch it by myself, like it's a thrill ride at Disney World. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And although we have been late by 3 weeks, congratulations to Anya Nerve for winning RuPaul's Drag Race season 16.
Shout out to Anya Nerves. I don't think we're ever going to talk about that, but yes, congratulations.
She should have won. The correct person won. Thank you.
The correct person won. Rue, you got it correct this season.
Yes. I heard there are some scenes in this movie. I can't wait to see it. Because what's better than 1, Michael B. Jordan? 2.
That's what they
I
said.
saw the lineup for All Stars 10 and I am whelmed. That's it. That's all I got. I'm whelmed. That's all I got. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm just whelmed. Like there's nobody that made me go up and like, oh, that's my girl. I can't wait to see her. No way.
I will agree with that statement, but
I still don't understand how Lydia B. Butthole got into All Stars before Hershey Liqueur. I don't understand it. I don't like it. Unless they saving Hershey for the All Stars season where it's all first outs, I don't like it.
Lydia, I didn't care about Lydia on this season, and I don't think I'm gonna care about her over there on the All Stars. I'm curious to see how we're gonna do these teams and tournaments, and because it's way too many queens. It's entirely too many
Teams
queens.
and tournaments is your thing, not mine.
Isn't that what they're doing? Teams and tournaments?
Yeah, you like that kind of stuff.
I do.
Take it or leave it.
I want to see how RuPaul is going to put his spin on this. Are we going to get rid of 3 people a week until we get down to 10 and then kind of have a regular show? I don't know.
Is everybody going to stay the whole time? And then they like rack up points.
It's too many queens for 18.
Do a Lollapalooza. I don't listen. I really want them to have like to do their lip sync Lollapalooza, like Last Chance Kitchen on Top Chef, where the person who's eliminated goes into the Thunderdome and they have to lip sync keep in every,
like what Silky was doing.
Right. So everybody who got eliminated ended up having to lip sync against her until they finally got to the end, and then that person who won all the lip syncs comes back into the competition. I would like that to happen.
I like that.
I did.
I do like
and
that.
Then we get one episode where we watch that person make
their way. We watch and see who getting all the lip sync. Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree.
Because I want to see who can go on a silky nutmeg ganache like race for the top.
I don't know. It's looking real clear for season 18 queens. For season, it's looking real clear. Okay, I got that. Yes. Abby, are you ready for the washer and dryer hour?
Yes.
We have a new promo.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is just first shot.
Okay.
But it is time for the space between the washer and the dryer. Where if you fool around long enough, you might get that lump on your head like this little child right here.
Amen.
You don't want to get caught between the washer and the dryer. It's not the case.
You do not.
So where are we going to start? Let's start with some good old not us. They're not like us foolishness.
Oh, Jesus.
I came across this on my Instagram. Let's look at it.
Right.
Whose videotaping him dying?
Now they ain't show him drowning or nothing. Well, what would possess you to want to jump in the water with a whirlpool?
This reeks of caucasity.
Well, I said they not like us. Because we going to take our pictures from the land. We ain't got to get in the whirlpool to take a picture.
We do not.
But I guess that was a soft one.
Why would you record? Okay. I don't understand. I'm lost right there. Why would you watch this child get into the whirlpool and then record him drowning? Like, okay.
Well, that wasn't none of the drowning. I guess that was up to, and they stopped recording at the drowning. But they said this was a famous photographer who loved to take outlandish risk to get the perfect photo. But I mean, you learned that day.
I never thought the leopards would eat my face. Because what the fuck are you? Why?
I don't understand why. Let's talk about this because I had questions.
Okay. What we got next?
I want to talk about the babies.
Okay. Sugar Factory gave them what?
Hey guys, try this. The Sugar Factory Diamond
ain't gotta listen to all that music. But apparently the mom took the daughters out to the sugar factory, as we do. I took my niece and my nephew. She ordered them the gigantic drink, and I'm going to assume the mother said virgin. But the sugar factory did not make it a virgin. They said it's 10 shots of liquor in that one fishbowl.
I'm suing everybody.
And though I don't know if you saw the little girl in the ambulance that looked completely dazed, like she was just looking at an alien in a corner.
That baby is drunk as Cooter Brown.
Drunk as hell. I wonder, can this be a lawsuit or?
It absolutely can. Because why would you bring children? When you saw that lady order the drink for the children, what in your mind said, yes, let's put all the liquor in it?
I wouldn't say it's the bartender's fault, but the server definitely should have made sure
it's the server's fault.
Yes.
And they need their head knocked between the washing machine and dryer.
Right in between it with a double lump. Because that's very dangerous for children. 10 shots of liquor for an adult is a lot. For children who are much smaller, doesn't have that much weight on them, I'm surprised they weren't passed out.
Me too.
And how long did it take them to realize these children are drinking alcohol?
Too damn long.
So sad. Now, it's one story I really want to talk about because I was really disturbed. I think I'm going to say that for last. This woman says, I guess I ain't screen record too much foolishness this week. I'm trying to get to the foolishness.
Okay.
Let's talk about the also they're not like us, or I can't say what I want to say. Once you see the clip, we'll be there.
Okay.
But I can say what I want to say with this.
Okay.
Just know whatever you do say, I agree. Damn it, is this the clip? This is my first time sharing screen recordings. Now they say this is why Black history must be taught every day. Not just in February, Lord have mercy.
So high school had a walkout today, and this little white girl had said that, oh shit.
This is what she had to say.
Also, a high school had a walkout today, and this little girl had said this.
I am so glad that years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King, the first Black man, ended slavery. Because if not, people would be whipped every day.
Somebody get Becky.
If she was
her heart is in the right place. Her heart is in the right place. Her
heart is in the right place. But ma'am, it has to be taught every day, not just February. Because what do you mean?
Black man that ended slavery. My God on today. My God on today. My God on today.
It's got to be a Florida school, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
because they the ones that aren't they the ones who said no Black history, or was that Texas?
Just both of them, I think.
Probably. Look, I feel bad for the child. I ain't gonna play it again because we don't know this young lady. And like Abby said, her heart was in the right place.
Her heart was absolutely in the right place.
But her education was not.
No.
I know you've seen this clip. I got lots to say about it because it kind of pissed me off. And we're going to end it here. What's the name of the podcast, Abby?
My Dear Future Wifey. Dear Future Wifey is the name of the podcast.
I actually listened to this clip, and then today I was listening to Bondi Blue, and she played the aftermath of this clip, and it just pissed me off even more.
Yeah, you got to listen to the whole thing. It takes a turn because I was there, and I ended up in a different space at the end.
I ain't at the different space. I feel
the whole thing.
I feel some kind of way about. Let's listen to it first, Jesus.
As a person, and I realized from that moment. I got in my word, under my word. I just completely changed as a person. And I realized that God loves me, that God has a purpose and plan for my life, that God chose me, that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. So he would call me out my name. It wouldn't bother me because I allowed God's voice to be louder than his. And when I was going through transition of him not coming home on the weekends, not being there, telling me I hate you, I'll never love you, I wish I never married you, I knew that life and death is in the power of the tongue through the word of God. So I would say, you will love me one day. We will have a good marriage one day. And although he would go out for weekends, I would literally help him get ready to go meet a side chick by ironing his clothes and getting them ready for the night. And these are all things I was graced to do. I would not encourage anybody to do that unless you are graced by God to do this. But once I knew who I was, I realized,
let me say this. Let me start here. Everybody's relationship lines in the sand are different. What I can take may not be what she can take, may not be what she can take. Okay? My line in the sand starts and stops at fidelity. If you can't be fidelis in our marriage and our dating and us being together, then I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you.
Mm-hmm.
I am not graced by God to do that. That is not what God wants for me in this life, because he knows my heart and he knows who his daughter is and he knows how I would react to such a thing, because he put it down in me that it must be a fidelis relationship. It has to be, or I can't do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. It's not gonna be okay. I might end up in the clinker. I might end up in the boneyard, fooling around with something like this, because I cannot do this. I know who I am as a person. I know who I am as a woman. I know my worth, and I know what I will and won't accept. This, I can't. It's not for everybody. Everybody can't do that. Everybody is not meant to do that.
I want to know, as someone who is very close to the Lord, does God want this for anyone?
According to my Bible, no.
Right. For me, this kind of speak, because outside of just ironing the man clothes to go see the side chick, that was the most, I guess, salacious part. She started by saying how emotionally and verbally abusive he was to her. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to abuse in relationships and marriages, I don't like the talk of God wants you to sit through this because there's a rainbow on the other side. Because just because you sat through it and for whatever reason your man changed and is no longer abusive to you, doesn't mean that's something that should be preached to the masses, because not every man is going to change. And
but here's the thing: they only show those clips, but they don't get to the part where that she says that exact same thing that you just said. That it's not for everybody. Everybody cannot do this. Everybody is not meant to do this. Just because it worked for us doesn't mean that I'm advocating for you to do the same thing.
It worked for you because you decided to sit through that foolishness. Because after the first time, maybe in the
podcast, she said that fidelity wasn't her line in the sand. She said that. She came out of her mouth. Once she said that I was okay with the cheating as long as I knew what was going on.
But what about him calling you all outside your name?
She was okay with that. She was okay with all of it. And if you like it, I love it for you.
I do love it for you. But by you being in a place where people hold on to your words because you're now pastor and first lady, I don't think it's a good message to preach, because some people could be saying, well, first lady made it through. Let me sit. I'm going to sit through it. God done graced me too. God has not graced anyone to sit through this kind of mess. You
And they
choose to
okay, so
sit
let me say this, because he feels like everybody should stay married and you should work out your marriage. His wife is like, no, we developed a divorce care department for when the marriages do not work out like ours work out, and the people do go their separate ways. So there is some aftercare, some talking to, some help with, so you land on your feet after the marriage has dissolved, because again, everybody is not graced to do what they did. And this happened in the first 5 years of their marriage. They have been married now for 32 years. She said that once he really got it right with the Lord, all of that stuff stopped. And he had to apologize, and he did so by washing her feet and humbly asking for
there.
her apologies
I heard that part.
for all of the things that he did. When I first heard the clips, I let out the clip on this lady, because what the fuck you mean? But that's because I am not graced to do what she did.
Well, maybe
Even
those are
though,
just the
because
wrong words.
and it's because we even though we came out of similar situations where our parents' marriage broke up over infidelity, and I came out of the situation saying that is my line in the sand, that is what I will not accept. I don't, regardless of what's happening and what's going on. How she came out of the situation is that, why could my mama forgive him so that we could still be a family? That's the thinking that she came out of when her parents' marriage broke up. So I understand why she was okay with being a doormat, why she was okay with him calling her out her name, spitting on her, telling her, I wish I never married you, and then having the nerve to take his unleavened bread looking ass out of his mouth to say that he was a good daddy, even though he was a horrible husband. The two things cannot coincide. You cannot be a good dad if you are being disrespectful and verbally abusive to the woman who gave you the children. It's just not how that works. Now, they said they done got it together and they've had 20 some odd years of fidelity and love and all that good stuff, and marriage and ministry and all of those things. Anybody can change if they really.
Anybody can change. And I don't want to take that message away. Anyone can change. The problem with their statement is graced by God. I wish she would have just said, I wanted this man. And there was absolutely, but don't just say I chose to endure because I wanted to be married and I don't believe in divorce. Don't put God in your foolishness, because he did not grace you to be abused. You chose to sit there, and it just so happened to have worked out in your favor that this man changed. Don't put God in, because it's just the worst. You have to watch how you phrase things, because it's some young lady out there that's enduring some bullshit, that's listening to you thinking, oh, well, God graced me too, and it might not work in her favor. I just wish you would have said, I chose to stay in this, and not that God graced me to stay in it, because I just didn't like the words you used to explain why you chose to sit in that foolishness space between the washer and the dryer. But that's your business, and I'm happy it worked out for you. Just choose better wording as a pastor and a first lady.
But I encourage people not to just watch the clips, because the clips are going to make you angry. You got to watch the whole thing, and why, and when it takes the turn and they get to the other side of it, then okay, I get it. I know me, Ebony, minister of ministry, that's not what God cares about. The desires of your heart. Let me start there. In all things, he cares about the desires of your heart, down to the smallest thing. And this was the desire of her heart. And the mom was prophesying over her that this is your husband since they were 15, before she even met them. When she met that girl, she was like, that's my son's wife. And she steady tried to push them together until they got together. And she wanted this young man. She wanted that young man, and she knew that was going to be her husband. I guess the Lulu is the Salulu, because 32 years later, they still together. There was even a point, she said, when once even he had turned his life to the Lord, he was acting right, he doing everything he's supposed to do as a husband, as a father. All of the things had changed around. And she almost left him for something else. Not all the hell that he put her through. It was something else later on down the line that almost had her walk out the door.
It wasn't a spit, it wasn't a cussing, it wasn't a cheating. It was something else.
It was their work relationship. Like, she was supposed to be the executive pastor, and they would continue to bump heads, and he would say no to some things that she wanted to do, and she was holding on to that anger, and they were arguing and fussing and fighting and stuff, and she was like I don't really have to do this because you don't have to talk, and we can go our separate ways. And they had to reconcile that portion of their marriage. So again, ma'am,
it's not for everybody.
It is not for everybody. If you like it, I love it. First of all, it wouldn't have worked with me because, nigga, you're not even that fine to raise your voice at me. You're not fine enough to do that. Your dick ain't big enough to do that, sir. It never would have worked with me. This never would have been my testimony. Now I have to say, Miss Mamas, this you trying to shame people who looking at your story and be like, that's not for me. And then you like, well, that's probably why you're still single. Hey ho, don't do that.
And I will be.
And some people are happily single.
Iron some food clothes so he can go be with the next bitch. You the one who sound like an idiot.
I am no longer at the age where I can do Build a Bay. I can't do that. I need to become a whole person. I'm a whole person, regardless of if you are here or not. I'm happy. I would love companionship, but I like my own company. So it ain't got to be that. Now, you need to come. I'm a whole person. You need to be a whole person. Come healed in Jesus' name when you approach me. Amen. No longer am I out. And even when I was a young whippersnapper, I still wasn't doing that. But I've always known my worth. And I've always known my value. Because my parents instilled it in me, whether they were together or not. My parents instilled in me my worth, and I shouldn't settle, and all of these things. She didn't have that. She didn't know her worth. She didn't know her value. So any piece of man, as long as she kept it, was good enough for her. Now, I'm glad this worked out in her favor because it surely could have been a different way.
It could have. And we better not see on the internet next month that he still got his old ways.
That's what I said. I talk to the Lord. God, please. I don't want to see this man next month.
Do you want to touch on Shannon Sharp, or you want to say good night? Since we talking about some food, we between the washer and the dryer, Abby.
Shannon.
I wasn't gonna say
we knew you was a nigga. We knew you was a nigga. We just didn't.
I wasn't gonna touch on it until they released the ages in the audio, and I said,
I want to know why that little girl kept going back over there. If you didn't enjoy his company or what he was doing to you, why did you keep going back for over a year?
I want to know, if you have all these kinks, quirks, you're into all of this stuff that can be misconstrued.
Why you find you a bird that's also in? There's plenty birds out here.
You ain't carry your ass to Vegas and pay a whore that looks like the 19-year-old and sign NDAs and do all the freaky shit you want to do in Vegas. Why are you your 56-year-old ass strolling around looking for 19-year-olds? I have a problem with that alone. I know why the 19-year-old did it. She saw a cash register and she said, I'm willing to bust it open as long as the money is flowing.
It comes across as she was a sugar baby who wanted a daddy that didn't want no sugar. And then when she had to give up the sugar, now she mad about it.
No,
that's how it comes across. When I listen to that lawsuit, be read out loud and the things that happen. I was like, well, girl, why
She was giving it up freely. At some point, maybe he
Mhm.
stopped giving up the cash because I don't know. But it's very clear this was a
He should have waited
transaction.
until he signed that $100 million deal and then.
It's
And
very clear this
furthermore,
was a
if
transaction.
he assaulted you in that manner, why you ain't call Olivia Benson and them down to the SVU and get this nigga arrested?
Because she don't
Why
care.
are you suing him
She wants the
civilly?
money.
Why
She
are you
wants
suing him civilly?
money. I don't want to say too. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much. Angie, watch your words, because I'm gonna watch my words carefully. But it bothers me when the civil suit comes before a criminal suit.
And who's to say she's ever going to file a criminal suit?
It bothers me that the courts allow, especially when it comes
to this type of crime, and the
right,
statute of limitations is nowhere near being reached.
near unaliving. So you only have, depending on your state, so many years to get justice. Do you want justice?
And this happened according to you, what, a year ago? If that?
This year, I think.
She
said around that Michelle time. When was he out on Instagram Live yelling out Michelle?
Yeah, in January, I think.
Mm-hmm. Look, anytime I see an old ass nigga with a teenager, we know what it is. You're not looking for companionship. You're not looking for no relationship with no 19-year-old. You're looking for a young ass. And it bothers me that if you can do 19, you might as well do 17. And hell, if you can do 17, you can do 15. Why do you want to be at 56 with any woman with a teen in their age? That shit bothers me. But
girl to go see Olivia then.
This girl knew what she was doing. She saw the bag and she got it. And let me say this, Shannon, you too fucking old to not know the game. Hoes been running this game on y'all football players, basketball players for decades, since the sport was invented and y'all started getting paid big money. I don't understand why you still playing down there in the game. I don't understand why you don't have NDAs. You supposed to be teaching the young niggas, but you getting caught up just like them.
Just ain't nothing worse than an old fool.
An old fool. Monique tried to tell your ass, and I know we don't listen to Monique too much anymore, but she tried to tell your ass to find you a black woman your age. We like to do all the freaky shit too.
Listen. And do. And we do it well, nigga. You just
I'm not a man. I don't understand the infatuation with young ass girls unless you have an infatuation with young ass girls and you just can hold yourself to a 19-year-old instead of dipping underneath, going too far. It bothers me. I don't feel no ways bad for them. Hopefully, I don't want the young lady to, be out here lying and taking your money, but I hope you learn.
You ain't learn shit.
If you want to get freaky, go do that shit legal down there in Vegas. Them hoes out there do whatever you want.
They love you long time.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. We're done. That's it. We're done. That's it. We're done. Wrap. It's a wrap. Thank y'all for coming out.
We need to leave the washer and the dryer. We about to go too far, I guess.
We're not to close on this night. Walk all the way here.
Oh, you're silly. Good night.
Good night.
What time is it? I gotta go run out and get me something to eat.
It's 9:19 my time.
Okay, because out here where I live, the restaurants close early. So I'm about to run and get something to eat. We'll be back next week for episode 3 and whatever other foolishness we find scrolling around Instagram. With that being said, please support everyone up here. Like this video on both channels, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. I forgot to put it up. Hold on. Let me tell y'all bye.
Not the Popeyes, Jesus.
Bye.